Hi everyone, and welcome to the third episode of Brianna Time. For those of you who don't know, Brianna Time is a once a week thing where I basically make a video and talk about whatever is on my mind for the week. Today I'm going to be talking about The Spectrum of Love by Alan Watts. Alan Watts was a British philosopher who moved over to the United States to study Zen in New York. After he left New York, he moved to California, I think, and he became an Episcopal priest. He left the church, the Episcopal Church, in 1950 and decided to move to San Francisco and in the Berkeley area, and he started teaching Eastern religions in Western society. He came out with about 25 books and multiple speeches talking about religion, love, society, culture, everything like that. One of his speeches, called The Spectrum of Love, I'm going to be talking about today. To kind of start out, I'm going to read an excerpt from this speech. Okay. We know that from time to time there arise among human beings people who seem to exude love as naturally as the sun gives out heat. These people, usually of enormous creative power, are the envy of us all, and by man's religions are in attempts to cultivate that same power in ordinary people. So that excerpt is going to kind of set the tone for Brianna Time. I'm not going to talk specifically about, this speech in general, but if I will provide a link down below, a link to another YouTube channel that you can listen to the whole speech if you want. It's about 2 hours long, but it's really, really good. It talks about religion. It talks about how, you hold just your person and how you love people and how that happens. But I am going to be talking about that power, that love that he talks about in the very first sentence of his speech. There are certain people in my life who every time I listen to that, I think about them. There's best friends, there's teachers, there's family members. A person in specific, there's the English teacher that kind of let me start Brianna Time, that just exuded love, and she was amazing. And of course there is this want inside me to become a person like that. But, there are steps to get to that, to become just such a loving and opening and, just a good person. Last week I talked about self-love and how self-love is so important to your mental health and to how you view yourself in society. But now that we kind of know that we should love ourselves, how do we get to love other people? So there are multiple ways for you to start loving the people in your community. This can be from volunteering at a soup kitchen to helping out at an animal shelter, to even being involved in your school. You can even start things like your own type of Brianna Time in which you talk about problems that face you. But I just want to call everyone out, and I just want to say that it's so important that we love people in society. Recently we have been living in a world that lacks love, that lacks empathy, that has become so apathetic to everyone else around us. And you look on YouTube or on Instagram, or you even turn on Fox or CNN, and you see it. You see the hatred in the world, and it's hard it's hard to bear that hatred. And that's that if we keep on living in a world where we just spew hate, we're not going to be here that much longer. So now I have a personal challenge for you. Last week I challenged you to look in the mirror and I told you to love yourself. This week I challenge you to go out and love your neighbor. I challenge you to do 2 acts of kindness. And I bet if every single one of us who watches this does 2 acts of kindness, we're going to make the world a little bit better. And that's what we're put on earth to do. We're put on earth to make the world a better place than when we got here. You know, I believe that every person watching this can make a difference. They can be the change in society. But we're not going to do that until we all work together and we all learn to love and we all learn to be that same magnificent power that Alan Watts talked about in this speech 30 years ago. So that's the Brianna Time for today. And if you haven't watched my other Brianna Times, then go and check that out. I only have 2 other videos up, but more will be coming. So I hope you have a great week, and I hope that you spread the love. All right, see you next time at Brianna Time. Make it up on this bed. Oh, okay. I didn't have my computer ready. Yeah. For those of you who are wondering, I filmed this like 3 times now, and because I was like, there wasn't enough height, so I'm now currently sitting on my pillow bed.